I envy the lifestyle of Asmongold. When I was 16 to 19, my main hobby was just playing WoW with my friends. I thought, though I had school, I had plenty of time to play the game and be a solid part of my life experience. I regret nothing. Those were good times. But that was more than 10 years ago. Now I have a full-time job and a part-time of mine. I have a wife, a house to maintain, a dog, and responsibilities. I love it all, but at the same time, I can't even remember when the last time it was that I could dedicate time to WoW and just play games. I have a decent computer. I have games that I have enjoyed installed, but I barely have time to finish even one of them. This used to be my main hobby, and I can't even name the last game that I saw the end credits for. And then I look at Asmon, and the way he can just chill out on life without a care in the world, and the amount of self-acceptance of this guy. Even though he has a life that society tells you over and over again that you should not aspire to. His self-acceptance even feels like an act of rebellion. It's hypnotizing, the way that he can just say he is lazy and has no ambitions and be completely okay with that. I barely remember seeing someone with his level of comfort about who he is. Sometimes when I watch his streams, how his life was mostly just playing games and eating junk food and having so few things to care about that I wish that could be me for just a week or two to breathe. I cannot play WoW the whole day, or let my house become a mess for a while, or take a break from my job just because I want to, without feeling tremendous amount of guilt or serious consequences. This man gets to live a life of few can. And even though they have worked hard to be where I am now, there's a part of me that would trade it all just to have a lifestyle like this. I live the lifestyle of a fiend and a degenerate. Nobody should watch my stream and say, I want to be like this animal. There have been people who have tried living with me. No mere mortal can live with Asmongold. No, it doesn't happen. This is a fiend. I am an animal, okay? I get that a lot of people want to live the way that I live or whatever. And the truth is that I lived this way before I streamed. I lived at the expense. I got, food stamps, and I tried to get money through the government as much as I could because I never wanted to do anything. And the thing is, like, I don't really call the animal a pig in our country. Listen, I don't think anybody with a successful life should want to be like me. And I really mean that. I genuinely mean that. You do not want to live like I do. You do not want to be me. There are some positives with being me. There are definitely some positives, but there are a lot of negatives as well. So I want to explain why I do what I do and what makes me not just like kill myself, like why it is I find things that I want to do, and I do things that I want to do, because it's not like an aimless life. I do what I want to do. I think doing nothing is like, yes, most of the time I do nothing. I can do nothing, but I have the option to do and pursue the things that I want to do. And so you have goals. I do have some goals. Yeah, I have things that I'll want to do, right? It's like I'll play a game, I'll hang out with my friends or something like that, and it will make me happy. People are envious of economic freedom. I think that's a big factor of it. Of course it is, yes. But I lived this exact same life whenever I was 21. Like, the only difference is I probably got a small drink instead of a large one at the store. Like, I've always lived this way. I've always been a minimalist. I don't really care about things. They don't matter to me. It just doesn't make a difference to me. I don't care. Being the same way whenever you're 50, I have no idea what I'm going to be like whenever I'm 50. I have no clue. But listen, do you still have the Sam's Club thing pinned on your wall? Yeah, I do. It's right there. I used to work at Sam's Club. Right there. I've got it right here on my thing. That's the way I feel about it, and I don't think anybody should want to live the way that I live. For many people, my existence is a soulless, degenerate, disgusting existence. I don't want people to get upset, or I don't want people to feel jealous or anything like that. The truth is that you chose to get a dog, you chose to get a wife, and many of the responsibilities that you have. And the reason is because you wanted those things. It's always easy to look over and see what somebody else is doing and wish that you were able to do what that person is doing. But the truth is that People want to be able to live the life of a degenerate for like maybe a few weeks, but not for their whole life. And I think that this person should probably think about ways to take vacations and spend time with themselves. And that's something that I think a lot of people might have forgotten, the art of spending time with yourself and being able to indulge and do something that you want to do. Because there's nothing about this that says that you can't take a vacation, you can't go do something for yourself. You have to make sure that you do have that thing for yourself that you're able to do that makes you feel like you're not just toiling away with your life and you don't have the opportunities that you used to. A lot of people can't take vacations though. I feel like the overwhelming majority of people can take vacations sometimes. Like there are very few people, especially people that don't live in the US, many people can take vacations. False? It's up? I don't know, man. Like I've had like multiple friends that have worked in retail jobs and they've taken vacations too. Like I don't know what job like everybody in here thinks that they have that they can just never take a vacation from. That's crazy to me. I work at a Fortune 500 company and you only get 10 days vacation. Yeah, there are some times where obviously, yes, are there jobs that don't give you a lot of vacation time? Yes, there are. But the truth is that you probably took that job because that job pays more money. And you could have taken a job probably that pays less money that gives you more vacation time, and you chose not to do that. I think that ultimately you have to look and think about what the time that you invest yourself in that you get out of it. False? Are you crazy? You guys act like you have no control over your life. Like the cards are just already set for you. Like you just like, you know, you can only do this little small thing in your life and you have no control over your own destiny. Take control. Take things into your own hands. Stop waiting on somebody else to give you something. Stop waiting on somebody else to allow you to be yourself. Take it for yourself. Do something that you need to do. This is a friend of mine right here. People just nod and get hired, now not realizing they are screwed. I got 4 weeks vacation instantly whenever I got my new job. Exactly. And Scratch, don't you, like, I don't know, like, don't you work as like an accountant or something like that? You have a good job and they treat you like a good person because you have a good job that's valuable. Yeah, he works in accounting. He gets 4 weeks of vacation. Here's a little fucking trick. Learn a skill that people care about. Everybody needs an accountant. If your skill is picking up boxes and moving them around, you're probably not going to get 4 weeks of vacation. And you know why? Because anybody can fucking do it. Do something that other people can't do, and they'll give you money for it. That's the truth. And that's not a sag. That's not a sag at all. You have to invest yourself and build yourself up. You don't just immediately get there. People make minimum wage, not need an accountant. But yeah, but your goal should not be to make minimum wage. Like, what? That's not your goal. Like, I really think that there's like a certain level, there's like a certain amount of learned helplessness that a lot of people have. And I think that it's sad to see because I've been in that position too. I have. It's not like I'm speaking from like some, you know, oh, I don't know what it's like. I do know what it's like because I've been in that position as well. You can't rely on anybody else to do you favors. You can't rely on anybody else to have your best interests in mind. You can't rely on anybody else to help you. You can't rely on anybody else to ensure your success. You can't rely on anybody else, period. You can only rely on yourself, and you can only trust yourself, and you can only believe in yourself. Don't rely and wait for somebody else to give you a golden ticket. Print it yourself. This is the lesson I learned with Shadowmourne. Remember when I told you guys about how Talib got his Shadowmourne, and then he stopped doing the runs? Because I expected somebody else to have my best interests in mind. I expected somebody else to go out of their way to have my best interests in mind. And I learned the hard way that wasn't the case. And that was an important lesson that I learned that I never forgot. While you're comparing it to WoW? Absolutely. It's the same situation. If you can't understand the metaphor, it's because you're stupid. So listen, you have to be your own biggest advocate. It doesn't mean don't look out for other people. It doesn't mean only help yourself and fuck everybody else. But it means help yourself. That's what it means. Help yourself. Have your best interests in mind. Take shit into your own hands. Do something that you want to do. I'll give you a small little story, okay? One story, and then we're gonna get ready for the preach interview. Yesterday, I had somebody come over to my house. He was a friend of mine. His name was Cody. Cody and I grew up together. Cody was the same Cody who had the uncle dad who got arrested at the school. Cody is the same Cody who had the little brother who had hid all of his peanut butter in his different things. I saw Cody yesterday for the first time in 15 or 20 years. I was so happy to see him. It was great. And you know what he was there for? He was there because he was looking for new people to do work for, because he's working for a new contracting company, because the guy he's working for used to work at a company, and the contracting company stopped letting him get sales, didn't let him invest equity into the company, and froze him out and told him he couldn't work. And you know what the guy did? He said, "Fuck you." I quit, and he made his own company, and now him and his friends are going around looking for work, making that happen. That's how it works. That's what it was. That happened yesterday. And that's in my ghetto fucking neighborhood, that there's like fucking cops around all the time. This person took it into their own hands. It wasn't Cody. Cody didn't do it. Cody's working for the guy, right? Cody's a good guy, but it's basically his boss did it. And what I'm saying, but Cody went with him. Cody went with him. Cody took the chance to go with this person, and he took a risk. All I'm saying is I literally have an example of that from yesterday in my life. And this isn't somebody, again, this isn't somebody who grew up with all the advantages. This guy didn't get $1 million loan, okay? This is just a guy who wants to do something, who saved up his money, and is trying to make something happen. Your anecdotal evidence does not trump statistics. USA is one of the countries with the lowest vacation time. People don't get time to go to the doctor, for fuck's sake. I know that. And a lot of the people that don't have time to go to the doctor, and a lot of people that don't have time to do these other things and get vacations, are people with skills that have no value. That's the truth. Because if they go to the doctor and they can't go to work, they can just get somebody else and replace them in 3 seconds. And that's the cold, hard fucking truth. Develop a skill that makes people value you. Should it be like that, though? No, I'm actually a fan of a universal basic income. I completely disagree with that. I think there should be a universal basic income, and I think it'll be a necessity because automation is going to take over most of the means of production in the next 30 years. But that's not happening right now. So I can work towards that, but you can't just live in a fantasy world and then get mad whenever the real world isn't the same thing. You're literally useless if you don't talk about WoW. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm completely useless if I don't talk about WoW. I quit school, and if I wasn't doing WoW, I would have basically no other skills right now. Like if I got banned and I went to go get a job, I would not have any other real skills that would be valuable at all besides moving boxes. That's the truth. It's not like like, what do you think? Do you think that I'm above this? I'm like beyond this? I've transcended this? No, I just play video games all day. I'm not special. I'm not different. I'm the same as you, many of you guys. I got lucky. I did my stream, and my stream does really well. And if it wasn't for my stream, I'd be sitting around collecting welfare, playing video games. Now, maybe I would have gone to law school and I'd be a successful attorney or a lawyer. Or maybe I'd still be doing whatever I needed to do to get money, just like I used to for the majority of my adult life. I'm not some special individual person that's beyond this or whatever. I'm the same as you. Many of you guys that have no skills or whatever, you think I'm like being mean to you or whatever. Yeah, I'm not special. I'm not different. I'm the same. That's how I know it's true. I know it's true because I experienced it. I know what it's like to be expendable, to be told that you can't have your phone in your pocket and treated like an 8th grader while you're having to work. That's how I know. You're expendable, you moron? Everybody is. Almost everybody in the world is expendable. Doesn't matter. Ultimately, you probably don't, you as an individual don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Most people don't matter. Like, I'm not special. I'm not different. There's nothing like, oh, wow, you know, I've got, you know, like, I've got this one thing that makes me special. Nope, not me either. I'm just the same. If I got banned on Twitch tomorrow, you just watch somebody else. And that'd be it.